Hello, everybody, and welcome to Okay, So Hear Me Out. I am Aubrey Massey.
And I am Hannah LaFleur.
Okay, So Hear Me Out is an imagination exploratorium where Hannah and I choose a topic, and sometimes we grab a friend, and then we just discuss how to make the world better based on that topic. And the topic this week is superheroes.
I was gonna put an onomatopoeia right there, but the only one I could think of was boom, and then I thought of splat. Splat, superheroes coming at you, pow pow.
Right, there's a lot of hype about superpowered people within the media sphere, right? The Marvel Cinematic Universe and even the DC Cinematic Universe is still going. May not be strong, but it's still going. You know, they're still putting out animated movies, and now there's a lot more TV series about them. It's just a popular topic, and we thought we'd hop in on that. Create our own awesome superheroes of today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of getting, okay, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of people who are angry.
She's bored.
I am. I get bored by superheroes when they follow the exact same kind of arc as far as in a movie. And I just want to see some new things. So I have some new ideas. Aubrey, can I share my first idea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hear me out. I kind of want to take, and I think this has maybe been done before in the comics at least, but I want a movie where it's like Batman, but like in Georgetown, Virginia. And of course, he would be called Bat-Sir. And his name would probably be definitely not cool. Wouldn't be like Bruce Wayne. It'd be like Charles Smith, or insert very stock British name here.
I think that maybe instead of it being Batman, it's Alfred who becomes the superhero. So
His
Alfred
butler?
is butler by day and superhero by night.
Bat-Sir.
Yeah.
Alfred.
But it's Alfred Pennyworth. Is that
Pennyworth?
not what you want?
Okay, you're right. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
and just picture this. So he's like, I'm gonna go save someone across the township. So he gets in his fastest wheelbarrow, and he's just chugging along. Like, it's not even a carriage. They don't have carriages because they don't have streets. This is a real fast wheelbarrow, and he gets there, and then he's wearing all black. But it's just like, he made it from some rags he wasn't using at the time, some maybe old sheets. And he's got like this plumber's belt around him with all his little gadgets of sorts. But, he only has certain tools. So he takes out like a net that you'd use to like catch shrimp or something. I don't know. Just like, and it's just stuffed in his pants. It doesn't fit in the belt. It's just stuffed in his pants. He has to take it out and like throw it on the bad guy to catch him. Is this a good idea? It would make me laugh. And it's different. It's different, and it would make me giggle way more than a lot of movies I have seen, superhero movies. Also, just picture like this kind of the Boston Tea Party, but it's got like Hans Zimmer, just like super low bass, just boom, and then they get some tea, throw it into the water, boom, and then there's just Bat-Sir staring with American flag in the back. Okay, that flag wasn't there yet probably, but the flag of the colonies in the background. Boom! And it's just like super badass honking Hans Zimmer music. It's good. It's Americana. It's awesome.
Here, I'll edit that in real fast. Alfred Pennyworth walks into his master's meeting with the British officers stationed in Boston. "Your tea, sirs," he says as the officers and Bruce Wayne laugh about the Boston massacre. "Damn redcoats," he thinks as he leaves the study to go wash out the tea kettle. He doesn't understand why Master Bruce loves the British so much when he's American, born and raised. His parents didn't raise him to be such a loyalist. But then again, They haven't raised him since he was 10 years old. No, he's the one who raised Master Bruce. Any fault in Bruce's upbringing can be traced back to him now. No, Bruce needs an example of freedom to look up to. Bruce needs a hero. Alfred leaves in the dead of night, eager to become the hero of freedom the colonies need and deserve. He grabs his umbrella, his dueling pistols, and a variety of tools. But what is he to do with them? How is he supposed to be that symbol of freedom? Tea. Fucking tea. He's so tired of serving the shit. And don't get him wrong, he fucking loves tea. But the Brits love it more. Plus, there's an unnecessary tax. And he aced economics in Butler School. He knows it's unfair. He breaks into the warehouse at the docks. "Oi, what are you doing here?" yells the guard. "Simply sampling the tea," Alfred says during the 20 seconds it takes to pull an entire fishing net out of his tool belt. Throws one on the red coat. Success number 1. His butler friends show up to help him. It's gonna be one hell of a boys' night. They dump several crates into the harbor. The harbor is brown with the blood of tea leaves. They find crates filled with booze instead of being filled with tea. It's about to get lit. Alfred is a little drunk. He dresses in all the black that he can find. He starts running around and calling himself a bat. Fucking idiot. The redcoats show up. They say if he drops one more tea bag in the harbor, they'll open fire. And he drops one more. Fucking savage. "Get that Batman!" they yell. "It's Bat, sir," Alfred drunkenly replies. Fucking stupid. Bat Sir and his friends paint the town red, white, and blue until the sun comes up. "Oh shit," says Alfred. "I have to get home to cook breakfast before Master Bruce gets up." But he doesn't make it. He gets fired. But that doesn't matter now. He has a bigger purpose than just serving tea to rich brats. The purpose he has is freedom.
Yes, that is awesome, and I would pay twice as much as I need to see this movie, and I would even let myself see it in IMAX 3D if standard ran out of tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of the things I like the most nowadays is that we're finally getting superheroes that are representing people that have never been represented in major superhero films before. So,
Yes.
of course, first there was Wonder Woman. We finally had a female superhero that was strong and powerful and still feminine, but not some kind of stereotype in that way. And it was honestly one of the most badass superhero movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing with so many amazing female actresses in there.
I
It was
teared
super
up
cool.
a little bit. I teared up during that movie.
That was awesome. And then recently, Black Panther, right?
Yes.
Black Panther, which was also an excellent movie that represented African culture very well. And I'm a big music person as a music teacher, and the music was set phenomenally with the leitmotifs and the way it all intertwined and everything like that. And they just clearly did a lot of research. And when we went to go see it, we were the only two white people in the theater. And I thought that was awesome.
It was such a great experience. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Every other time I go to a superhero movie, with the exception of Wonder Woman, which was a theater filled with women and their boyfriends, and there are a lot of
True.
little girls, which is really cool, that most of the time I go and it's just people who look like me, white folks. So that was really cool. Now that I have the serious part out of the way and my actual feelings, I'm going to make a joke now.
Okay.
I'm not being serious about this because, yes, when I say that I need a superhero to represent me, I have a million. But the one part of me that is not represented is the fact that I am a millennial.
Oh, hey, me too. We don't have a millennial superhero.
We don't have
Not really.
not a true millennial
like
superhero.
Spider-Man is younger than us.
Yes.
Like he's not us.
Well, there's a lot of there haven't been a lot of new superheroes thrown up on the screen, right? They're old superheroes.
Oh,
so
you're
then
right.
They're still generationally kind of that generation and not so much ours, right?
Right.
So I propose we create a superhero called the Millennial. And here's a little bit of how the story goes. Just another day in the office filled with forms and paperwork. His coworker, Janet, walks up from the cubicle across the hall from him. Can you teach me to use a spreadsheet? She says for the 4th fucking time this week. And it's only Tuesday. How? To add to his frustration, the other baby boomers in the office are all talking about the things they've read millennials have ruined recently in the break room, and yet he still listens to it. The housing markets, the car industry, the workforce, democracy, the NFL, hotel loyalty programs. But hey, at least the avocado industry is strong thanks to them. He furiously gets out of his Lyft, tipping the driver 20% before entering the apartment he has to live in because he can't afford a fucking house. He lets down his hair from his man bun and walks past the vintage typewriter he's never used sitting on his shelf. He opens up Netflix. Maybe an old episode of Friends will get everything off his mind. Pivot! 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 It doesn't work. He moves to Instagram, then Snapchat, then Twitter. More headlines of millennials ruining things. He starts to think that maybe they're right. Maybe millennials aren't all that great. They do say millennials are nostalgic of things they didn't live through, and god damn it, Jared, you're only 25, you've never even owned a hit clip. But no. That might be true, but the rest isn't. It's not like millennials ruin the housing market or oppress people of color. Food. That's it. Food. His favorite will help him fall down. He puts bread in the toaster and opens up the fridge, pulling out an avocado. He cuts it in half like he's done countless times before. But right before he removes the seed, he freezes. It hits him. He needs to become something greater. A symbol for his generation, and he knows the perfect thing to represent him. He goes online to design his supersuit. He finds a logo with printing on Pinterest and someone who makes really cool stretchy suits on Etsy. Also, he gets a shirt from Society 6, but not for the supersuit thing. It just kind of spoke to him, you know? Now he is the millennial, and he moves from family gathering to family gathering, letting all of the Aunt Sharons know that their jokes aren't funny, they're racist. And yes, there is a difference. He becomes a new icon for the younger generation. Others rise up in his name, letting their older counterparts know that maybe they have different ideas because they received a better education. And on a completely unrelated note, they're drowning in their own student debt. Also, they're not sorry about the avocado toast. It fucking tastes good. Get off of their case. Then, they all lean into how convenient ordering everything online is. Now, nothing is bought in a store by anybody under 35. He's depicted as a villain by the media for killing more industry. He's angry. He lets it get the best of him. If he's going to be known for killing certain industries, he's going to be known for going all the way. He's going to kill industry itself. Yes, industry with a capital I. He amps up his efforts, and so do his followers. He makes a Change.com petition and a GoFundMe campaign to destroy industry. All the millennials pitch in with all the money that they have. It pays off. They do it. They kill industry as a whole. He goes home, proud of what he's achieved. He goes and he opens up the fridge. No avocado. He killed the avocado industry. He took it too far. He became the monster they made him out to be. Oh God. He defeatedly slumps into his couch and turns on the TV. His only option is the news. He killed this TV streaming service industry too. There's a woman covered in plastic baby dolls reading a manifesto. She calls herself the Boomer. She challenges the millennial to a duel. Winner can do whatever they want with industry. He doesn't want to. Boomer can have industry. He ruined it. But then he looks at the vintage typewriter he's never used sitting on a shelf, and he thinks to himself, the typewriter industry died, and it wasn't a bad thing. It made way for the computer industry, and the computer industry led to the meme industry. And memes, they're good. No, he has to fight the Boomer. Industry might not always be good, but it certainly isn't all bad. He needs to represent the change in industry. He doesn't need to destroy it completely. The millennial and the Boomer meet in an office space. It's his old office, and it feels awfully strange. The Boomer, overconfident, lets the millennial choose the nature of the duel. And he knows that overconfident smugness mixed with obvious obliviousness. It's Janet, his old co-worker. Excel, says the millennial. The Boomer freezes, shocked, scared. She surrenders. The millennial is successful. He fixes industry, moving it forward, not destroying it. He goes home to eat his avocado toast.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Also, I want some paraphernalia that just has big avocado on it and says resist. Like written in, it looks like it's written in blood on the avocado. Like someone dipped their hand in blood. Okay, or just red paint. Just wrote resist over the symbol of the avocado. Is this good?
It's beautiful.
Yeah? Okay, good. I want a hat like that. I want a t-shirt and a hoodie. Well, okay, speaking of like diverse superheroes and them needing to be represented, I've got an idea.
Oh, is this a serious one or is this another goof?
Well, I mean it seriously and wholeheartedly, okay. But it would be goofy. It is definitely goofy. So, there's nowadays more and more superhero movies that are funny, and there's starting to be more women superheroes, a little bit. But I still feel like women aren't getting the funny roles, and that bothers me because I tend to like the funnier peoples more. But I just wish that, you know, girls are goofy. They can be funny and have kind of dirty humor and stuff.
I can't think of one.
Yeah, I can't think of any girls that are funny.
Not in the lead role.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in real life. But I'm like, hey.
No.
Yeah.
Like in the movies.
Right. I know, I can't think of any.
Like,
you know, like Wonder Woman, I loved her to death. And she has like a few goofs, but they're more situational.
Domino was pretty good in Deadpool 2. I think she had a few one-liners in there that I thought were funny.
Yeah, but she's still not funny. It was more like she's just sassy and like.
You're right, and as a black woman, that's pretty much a stereotype too.
Yeah, and like, you know, there's not like an Ant-Man version of a superhero or a Deadpool version of a superhero that are female, where they're funny and that's the main thing of their personality. So hear me out. I want a funny lady to play a superhero. She doesn't look beautiful. She looks average, and she's pregnant the entire film. She has like a huge baby, like belly. I mean, her belly is huge. She's like about to have this child the entire length of this film, and you know, so like let's say she has like super strength, and like every time she punches really hard, she pees a little bit, and that's just something like that could happen every time. But it's not like we're making fun of her, right? She's awesome. She's still doing her job. She just also has to pee, and she's very preggers and doesn't like to stand. She doesn't like to stand all the time, but she can like punch in walls. And then I think a good climax of this film would be like she goes into labor and she delivers her baby with like one giant push.
Do you want to say all that in an intense voice, and I'll put some music behind it?
Fuck yeah.
She's a nice lady. I mean, I did donate some quarters to the Hope for Animals the other day. She's smart. Yeah, I don't mean to brag, but I got like a 29 on the ACT, and I graduated 34th in my high school class, and I majored in nutritional science. She's super strong. I can open jars and also pick up cars, but that's only been useful like twice, and it was illegal, so I think mostly I can just open shit for people. She's a badass. Hey, I've got to pee. Do you want to go with me? Caitlin, this is like the third time you've peed in an hour. I know, I'm just having one of those days. Also, I'm fucking pregnant, and this baby is apparently like 90% pee. Yeah, I'll go with you. Okay, I'm back. She is Caitlin, dope ass pregnant lady. Hey, do you want to go to Panera?
Fuck yes.
Okay, I'm glad you approve.
I think it's badass.
And like maybe she has a boyfriend who just have you ever seen the movie True Romance? Yes.
Have I?
Yes, you did, because you watched it.
Oh
with me.
yeah, it's the one where God, what's her name? Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama.
Is that right? She beats the shit out of that one guy, and then.
Right. I love the movie True Romance. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But Brad Pitt is in that movie, and this is one of his earliest films.
Oh, that's when he's a stoner.
Yeah, he's a stoner. He just sits on the
movie.
couch in the entire movie. And
Also, maybe real life.
Right. He has like 5 lines, but they're gold. I would hire Brad Pitt to play that same exact character in this movie.
All right, let's talk about another people that are underrepresented. They're represented. It shows up every once in a while, but always as a sidekick. Always. Or as a goofy children's thing. But I want a serious one about a dog superhero.
Okay, so is this the 12th podcast that we've done?
It's the 12th episode.
It's the 12th, yes. So this is episode 12. This is the 12th podcast where we have ended up with dogs.
They're important.
And I think this is probably the 12th episode where the dogs were brought up by Aubrey.
And we own a cat. I just really want a dog.
Okay. So, sure.
Here, can I just convince you?
They made a dog superhero movie. It looked stupid. I just remember the
That's
dog
why I said a cool one.
Okay, so like it'd be themed like who directed Batman? Christopher Nolan. So,
I could have told you that the first time, but I liked watching you stumble.
okay, thanks. It was like Christopher. There we go. Christopher Nolan style dog superhero movie.
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of dog? Is it like, it can't be a pug.
Why can't it be a pug?
Okay, then it's funny. It's hilarious, but it still has Christopher Nolan's dark take on it.
It's Saint Bernard.
Saint Bernard. And is it rainy?
Maybe it's just a Labrador. Those are... Maybe a Rottweiler. A pit bull! It has to be a pit bull. Because pit bulls are always seen as scary, angry dogs that like to attack children and eat them. But they're not bad. It's how you train them.
Okay, so hear me out.
But
Aubrey,
dogs.
take your dog idea and can we replace it with something maybe we haven't talked about? Like,
But
here we go.
dogs are so awesome.
You're gonna love this. Armadillos. Armadillos wearing capes and they come by the thousands.
They already have a shell. It's unfair.
You're right, they're impervious to bullets.
Yeah, you can't shoot an armadillo.
Okay, don't test that.
Can't do it. Bounce right off, hit you back right in the good old stomach. Have you ever wondered what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Arnie, the armadillo, slumps home from his day as a traffic cop. Disrespected again, as if his only talent is standing in the middle of a road. You have a natural hard hat, they say. Body armor. Cars won't hurt you nearly as much as if they hit somebody else. But he's better than that. He can be more than just a traffic cop. He's ready for detective. But they won't let him have it. They won't give him that promotion. If he wants justice to be served, he's going to have to take matters into his own paws. He walks into his bathroom. He splashes water on his face. He looks himself in the mirror and he says, "You're the goddamn official state mammal of Texas, Arnie. You better start acting like it." And then he gets an idea. He calls up his friend Mary the skunk, who works at the old junkyard. She gathers pieces of scrap metal. He gets in touch with his crazy possum friend Perry, who likes to play God as much as he likes to play dead. They meet in Perry's garage, where they used to have band practice. But now, this garage only serves one purpose: justice. Perry takes the metal from Mary and welds it directly onto Arnie's body. Perry's not a trained welder, so it's not like he actually knows what he's doing, but it works. And now Arnie is half metal. He can protect others as well as himself. He goes to work the next day. He receives a lot of strange looks from his coworkers. But this is his intersection, and he is going to protect it. It isn't long before someone doesn't follow directions and almost runs over a flock of ducklings. It doesn't matter though. Arnie is indestructible. He stands in the car's path and it barrels into him. It's crushed like a can on a frat star's head on a kegger. He moves to bigger intersections. He stops bigger cars. He moves to highways. He stops full-size trucks. He moves to the railway. He stops trains. He moves to the airfield. He stops planes. He is the immovable object that has not yet met the unstoppable force. He gets a call from the president. There's an asteroid headed towards Earth. He's the only one who can stop it, and he may not come back. He travels to the Salt Plains in Utah, where they are building the largest armadillo cannon ever created in all of history. But before he climbs in, Mary is there to say goodbye. She's upset. "I'm in love with you, Arnie," she says. "Oh, sorry, Mary. I actually prefer men. I used to be, okay, well, I guess I used to be pretty insecure about that, and so I'll admit, I I might have let you on a little bit, and oh God, I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's cool. It's actually pretty cool. You're clearly the best openly gay superhero. Not that you want to be known purely by your gay superhero. You're clearly in the league with all the other straight superheroes. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Just go kick some ass. She kisses him on the cheek before he climbs into the cannon. He settles in and he says his prayers before he's shot out faster than the speed of sound. He's there, and then he's suddenly in the stratosphere, and soon he's in the darkness of space. He stops floating. He's the immovable object. He has to stay still. The asteroid closes in, only a few clicks away. They make eye contact. The looks of determination only marred by the sweat of their brow. Then, impact. Arnie, never moving. The asteroid, never stopping. Together, they are a paradox. Arnie learns that the asteroid's name is Aster, and he's actually a pretty cool guy. They played Settlers of Catan and Ticket to Ride together. Yeah, they had some fun. It was real cool. They laughed, and they learned to look past the fact that they have a never-ending struggle of a paradox. And then they make sweet, sweet love in the weightlessness of space. Have you ever wondered what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object? They fall in love.
So one thing that I've noticed is that almost all of our superhero stories have the bad guy is a guy. Like it's a person. Even it might be a lady, but it's a person, a humanoid. But in our everyday lives, the bad guys are a little bit more abstract. Like, what if there was a superhero that tackled real life problems like climate change, and they flew up into the sky and they sucked out all the CO2 and spit it somewhere else? I don't know, they put it in a big vial and they sent it into space, which of course wouldn't come back to haunt them somehow in the sequel. But that could be a thing. Or, something that's relevant to like other people in our country right now, like teacher pay. So like superheroes, I don't know what they do. They go to Washington DC and they're super duper political.
So you're asking for a superhero troop organization basically called the Liberals.
Yeah, but there's one guy amongst them, or lady, who's the one that has superpowers. What are their superpowers? What would they be?
Okay, so the first one of the leaders, not the leader of the group, but like maybe the third most leader, right, is the millennial. We've already covered that one. There is...
there's a public organizer.
Recyclable... No.
Well, like, if there's a...
Organizer.
The organizer, what if their super strength is they're super loud? And they're really good at communicating. They don't need a megaphone.
That's it?
They're super fast at making protest signs.
Okay.
They're super organized. Where am I losing you? This is phenomenal. I also want them to help me out in every aspect of my life.
I don't see the marketing capability in this right now.
Okay, well,
How
pair
about
them.
I paint you a different picture?
Sure, go ahead.
Al Gore sits in his living room, shirtless and covered in Cheeto dust. The world is still blind to the threat climate change poses. Yes, He may hear something on NPR about how it affects everybody and we need to band together. And yes, there might be marches for science out there, but there's still no real change. Clearly, politics isn't the way to go. It never went anywhere in the first place, and Scott Pruitt still runs the EPA. Fuck that guy. No, he needs to do something different. He needs to take a different route. Something that'll get the job done. He goes to the giant corkboard in his study. The red of the yarn connecting research data and news headlines seem to only mix with his rage, turning it into fury. So angry, so resentful, so passionate about the planet. And then everything goes black. He sits in the nothingness of his own mind. But then he hears a voice. Continue to fight for me, child, and I will lend you my strength. It's Mother Earth. Be my champion, she says. He comes back to consciousness, filled with the power of the elements and a renewed passion to fight for the planet he loves. He goes by the name Admiral Earth, and his first act of righteousness is to unmelt the ice caps. Here you go, mighty polar bears, he yells through cold breath that turns the water back to ice. But he needs to do more, and he can only do so much alone. He needs help. He scours the globe for young people who have similar ideals to him, those who want to save the planet. It turns out his recreation of the ice caps made him popular with the young crowd, so he has to go through a very extensive process to choose. On fleek, they say, to describe what he did. But he doesn't really get that. The people he chooses. One of them has super speed, but only when trying to replace coal and other outdated forms of energy with solar panels and windmills. One can suck up the unclean air and use his special vape to blow clean air cotton back into the atmosphere. One of them is already a superhero, the millennial. He blasts their successes on social media and supplies the team with all the avocado toast they desire. And one is just really damn good at recycling. They get cool uniforms. They come up with a cool catchphrase, "Go green, bitch!" They yell as they reinforce entire areas. They replace all of the coal plants with clean-burning natural gas, and they eat a shit ton of avocado toast. It's hard work, but it's worth it. They fixed everything. Soon, there's nothing more that they can do. Nothing. The Earth is saved. And yet the people still don't appreciate them. What Al Gore needs is a new purpose. And Mother Earth speaks to him. Spread the word, create more paradises. So they fly off to Mars. And maybe when they turn that red rock green, they'll finally be appreciated. Yeah, so that's how I see it.
I think this could be like a major blockbuster hit, and then also there's like a few sequels, and then eventually they do a bad TV series. Like that. What was that show called? Heroes? Is that right?
Yes.
I remember watching it for a while. I don't think it was always bad, but I feel like it just never ended. But anyway, that I could see that going in that awesome direction.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to the 12th episode of Okay, So Hear Me Out. If you have a friend that loves superhero movies but is a little bit bored by them and you think that they would like these ideas, please tell them about this episode. Send it to them. Say, hey, these guys aren't really that funny, but just funny enough for you to actually listen to. And then, ta-da, we have one more person. Because we really do appreciate the fact that you guys are going out and telling other people about this podcast, because it's helped us a lot. It's given us confidence, and it makes us feel like what we're putting out into the world is good, and we appreciate that. In addition to that, you can email us with any topic that you would want us to cover and put into our Imagination Exploratorium. You can do that by sending an email to oshmocast@gmail.com. That is OSHMOcast@gmail.com. Or you can go to our website contact page, which is positivethoughts.com/contact. That is PODSITIVE thoughts.com/contact. And then the third way you can do it is to go on to Twitter and follow us at Okay So Hear Me Out. And then you can just send us a tweet. Once again, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. We love you dearly. And now, what's your final idea this week, Hannah?
Okay, so I got a good idea. I take that back. It's not a good idea, but it is one. So there's like legumes. I fucked up.
You fucked up real bad. That made no sense to me. Legumes!
Wait. I forgot that it was just supposed to be a random idea, and I thought it was going to fit the theme again. It's going to be bean, ma'am.
Well, here's my idea, because it's not nearly as good.
Oh, wait. Can I try that again?
Let's just change America to the metric system. That's my idea. That'll actually improve the world. Okay. It makes more sense.
Okay, I've got an idea. I want beans to get a better reputation worldwide.
That's it?
Yeah.
Fuck. That was shit. Both our ideas were shit.
Okay, wait. Yeah, we need a... Can I think about it for a second? Because I really have not at all.
Here's my idea. My new one. My good one. A wizarding school for muggles. I may not be able to do magic, but god damn it do I want to live in a world with cool talking candies and shit like that. And I just want to understand magic.
Heck yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Also, my idea is that we create a virus that when you get sick just makes you high. And then it's not your fault. It's not like you took drugs. You just got the high virus. I think it could work.
Once again, I'm Aubrey Massey.
And I'm Hannah LaFleur.
And this was Okay So Hear Me Out.
Bye.